thought that you might like a latte with steamed Austrian goat milk.
What do I look like? An imbecile? Of course I want a latte. I love the way you make them.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Real Screen Team. I'm Andrew Thomas. I'm here with fellow Robotnik Christopher Johnson.
Hello, everyone.
And here's the remastered version of Cinema to Sofa.
Yes, where it all started. Sonic the Hedgehog. My God. Yeah, this coming August will be 5 years that we've been doing this.
Yeah. When we couldn't even get to the studio, we had to go ring the doorbell.
Yeah, COVID was crazy, man. COVID was crazy.
Yep.
But it was still a normal time for me.
Yep.
I was essential.
But before we do that, make sure to find us on Facebook, The Real Screen Team. Where else?
Yes, you can also find us on Instagram, Reddit, TikTok, and Lemonade.
Yep. And also subscribe to this YouTube channel. It would mean a lot to us.
Yes, as we're on the road to get 500 subscribers so we can start to get monetization. Once we get that, we can update our whole presentation, open up a Patreon or a Patreon-esque page where people who give donations will get exclusive videos just on the platform. And we will also give the option for some viewer requests.
So, want to get to the overview of the movie again?
Sure. Sonic the Hedgehog is a 2020 action-adventure comedy film based on the video game series of the same name. The movie was produced by Paramount Pictures, Sega Sammy Group, Original Film, Marza Animation, Planet, Blur Studio, and Hedgehog Films, Inc. The film was directed by James Fowler and written by Pat Casey and Josh Miller. The film stars Ben Schwartz as the voice of Sonic alongside James Marsden, Tika Sumpter, Lee Majub, Adam Pally, and Jim Carrey. And the synopsis. The world needed a hero. It got a hedgehog. Powered with incredible speed, Sonic embraces his new home on Earth, until he accidentally knocks out the power grid and sparks the attention of evil genius Dr. Ivo Robotnik. Now it's supervillain versus supersonic in an all-out race across the globe to stop Robotnik from using Sonic's unique power to achieve world domination.
Yeah. It took me a while for the jog my memory of all the stuff. It's been a while since we watched it.
For me, it didn't take too long.
Yeah,
you know,
well, you have the Blu-ray, so I don't.
Well, that and also, I've still been entrenched in the Sonic world.
Yeah.
So yeah, didn't take too long.
Yeah, last time we did this, we had a whole totally different shirt.
I know. May that original shirt rest in peace.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so had to get an update.
Yeah.
Now, before we get into anything, we do have to discuss the big controversy that initially started this whole thing.
Oh, that original trailer.
Yes. Dear God Almighty, that original trailer. Yeah, and Paramount have done their they've they've done a tremendous job in trying to get rid of that as best as they have, as best they can. But we still remember it. Mm-hmm. We still have the memes. We still have the pictures. There's still some of the action figures out there that before we got the proper redesign. What were you all thinking? What were you all thinking? I mean, yes, put the visual aid.
Yeah.
What were you all thinking of with doing this?
Yeah, with the nightmare version of Sonic.
I mean, look at his mouth.
Yeah.
Look at his eyes. Look at his hands.
Yeah, if we had that, it would have just been a one movie review.
That would have been an absolute catastrophe. I mean, oh, God. In the words of Marlon Brando, look at how they massacred my boy. Mm-hmm. But after the whole world came together to utterly trash that trailer, James Fowler, mm-hmm. Paramount were like, we've heard you. We're going to go back. We're going to fix this. We're going to delay the film. It was originally supposed to come out, I believe, in November of 2019?
Yeah, something like that.
He was like, we're going to delay it. It'll come out in February of 2020. We're going to work on this. We're going to make sure we do justice. And by God, did they do justice.
Yep. The only few things Paramount's got right.
Yes. Yes. And I actually have to give them all a great deal of credit. Paramount, James Fowler, the whole crew on this, because they actually listened to the customer.
Yep.
They did not question our intelligence. They didn't attack us and try to say that, oh, we're entitled, or we don't know anything, or blah, 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 blah. Just essentially trying to guilt and gaslight us to watch something. No. They were like, we need to show proper respect to this franchise. We need to show proper respect to the consumer and the fans. And look how it turned out.
Yeah. You
ended up with a major franchise that now, thanks to all three films, have grossed over $1 billion. You have $1 billion franchise because you listened to the fans and the consumers.
Right now, the only thing that's giving them money.
So I say yes, very, very, very nice golf clap for them.
Yep.
Thank you for listening.
Well, let's talk about the Hedgehog himself.
Yes. Sonic the Hedgehog, voiced by Ben Schwartz.
And like I said in the previous review, his third blue character.
Yes, it's weird. This is a recurring thing for him.
Yep. Yep, he was Dewey, the DuckTales reboot, Leonardo and Rise of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the show I only saw like a few times, but not.
Even though I've heard it's good. I've heard it's actually a really good show.
And now Sonic.
Hey, guess blue works out for him.
Yep. He's basically playing Ben Schwartz only as a hedgehog. I feel like.
Yes and no. He definitely does have a lot of the jokey exuberance of Sonic, but he's also playing it in his own unique way because, I mean, Schwartz is a comedian.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a nice little molding of Schwartz as himself as a comedian and the actual Sonic character. And for the most part, I think it works out well. Plus, on top of it, not only was he doing the voice, he actually did the motion capture for Sonic's face.
Mm-hmm.
So not only were they recording, his voice, he was also doing a lot of the emoting.
Mm-hmm.
So it really helped with the performance. It didn't feel robotic or wooden. It felt natural.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he was able to bring a lot of that into his performance. Whether it's Sonic being jokey, sarcastic, or him being much more concerned, worried, it really worked.
Yep. Of course, we start the movie with a weird intro. Oh, let's play the clip a little bit.
So, I know what you're thinking. Why is that incredibly handsome hedgehog being chased by a madman with a mustache from the Civil War? Well, to be honest, it feels like I've been running my whole life.
Okay, you got some of the intro. It kind of gave me the Flash vibes. Let's
Yeah.
play that intro. Let's play the 5 seconds of that intro.
My name is Barry Allen, and I'm the fastest man alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah. I mean, it's been acknowledged that because of Sonic being a speedster,
Yeah.
yes, he actually has a great fandom and kinship to the Flash.
Yeah.
I mean, we see him actually have a whole collection of the Flash's comics that he reads through in the movie.
When he was in hiding.
And he took the collection and continued to grow it as the movies continue.
Yeah. But, yeah, we start out with emotional damage for him.
Oh, yeah.
All because he brought attention to it was both he was screwed either way.
Well, yeah. The echidnas were going to find Longclaw either way.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that, yeah, Sonic, essentially an orphaned blue hedgehog, was taken in by Longclaw. A very large talking owl. Voiced by... I know I put her somewhere in my notes. Lord, everyone forgive me. Oh. Voiced by Donna J. Folks,
Yeah.
which she did a fantastic job
Yeah.
for the small part that she had. And I actually enjoyed a little bit of the, love that they showed each other.
Yeah.
But, yeah, him running around, being fast, the echidnas were able to find Longclaw. As the owls and the echidna have had beef for, like, millennia.
Mm-hmm.
And today was the final confrontation.
Mm-hmm.
So Sonic had to leave his home, leave his world, and ended up on Earth.
Yeah. 10 years just trolling his future adopted dad.
Yeah, while also enjoying, various things of Earth, the pop culture, the food,
Yep. And so he
the
brought-
sports.
And just like he did 10 years ago, he brought attention to himself.
Yeah, as he was,
Playing
Feeling-
baseball.
yeah, and afterwards felt really emotional
Yeah.
about the fact of he doesn't really have anyone. He doesn't
Yeah.
have friends. He doesn't have a family.
Yeah.
So, yeah, him running really fast, causing a sonic boom that got the attention of the military. So, therefore, they had to bring in a specialist.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then insanity and hilarity ensues.
Yep.
But I do really enjoy this version of Sonic. You know, even though it is different from how I know Sonic, whether it be the video games or the animated series, he does stand head and shoulders next to all those other adaptations.
Yeah.
Now, do we go into those that become his family, or do we go into the adversary?
Oh, we go into the ones that become his family.
Okay. Well, I guess we go in. Well, I guess we discuss the sheriff of Green Hills, Donut Lord himself, Tom Wachowski, played by James Marsden.
Welcome back again. That's the last time we discussed him was him being screwed over by the X-Men franchise.
Yeah.
Except for the first movie. Which basically
Well, they actually did right by him the first movie.
Yeah.
It all went downhill by X2.
Yeah.
Halfway through X2.
Yeah.
But yes, good to see James Marsden again.
And he actually gets the girl this time and keeps her.
Yes. And he's actually influential and important and actually is a great motivator to the main hero.
Yeah. Yep. At the beginning, he gets a new job from San Francisco.
Yeah, where despite the fact he loves his home of Green Hills, you know, the opportunity of being a part of the police force in San Francisco, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
But once he gets involved in Sonic's whole endeavor, well, one, they do actually have to go to San Francisco because Sonic lost his rings.
Yeah. Because he tranked them.
Yeah, accidentally shot him while he had just thrown the ring to make a portal.
Yeah.
And instead of potentially one of the other worlds that he was looking at his map, he saw Tom's San Francisco shirt. So, San Francisco. Oh, no, my rings. So now it's a race to get the rings while at the same time dealing with the military and a crazed, mustachioed man trying to get Sonic.
So they go on a road trip.
Yes.
You have to deal with bar fights, everything.
Square dancing.
A crazy sister-in-law.
Yes. Who absolutely hates Tom and then loses her ever-loving mind seeing a talking pretty much anthropomorphic blue hedgehog.
Yeah.
That apparently she's the only one that's freaking out about this whole situation. I mean, Tom did as well, but everyone else goes with the territory. The world's already crazy enough.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about his wife.
Yes, Maddie Wachowski, played by Tika Sumpter.
Yep. She does good.
Well, yeah, she has a much smaller part in this story.
I feel like she does. She starts to go down and down by either movie once we get into the other two.
Actually, I think she had more involvement in the next two than she did in this one.
Yeah.
She's mainly there for emotional support for Tom, for his job, and then be there to look over Sonic when he gets hurt, and additional support when they try to get the rings and run into Robotnik.
Yeah.
It's mainly a story involving Sonic and Tom.
Yeah.
You know, them actually becoming friends, and at the same time, that also growing with Sonic and Maddie, and Tom and Maddie kind of end up becoming parents to Sonic.
Yep.
Which actually works as far as this interpretation for Sonic.
Yeah.
You know, seeing as though I don't think we're ever truly going to see him go back to his world.
Yeah.
You know, see him run through Green Hills and all those other zones. So it works.
Yeah.
Plus, I really enjoy the chemistry that that all of them have together.
Yeah.
You know, it really works.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Tom being firm but fair guardian.
Mm-hmm.
Maddie being a much more nurturing guardian.
Yep.
And then Sonic being the exuberant kid that he is. It works. I mean, your thoughts?
Yeah. I do agree for this adaptation. It does work. But he also has a co-sheriff.
Yes. Deputy Sheriff Wade Whipple, played by Adam Pally.
Yeah.
How did this guy actually get his certification to be a police officer? How? I'm sorry. That Wade's a nice guy, but he not smart.
Yeah.
He's not smart at all.
Yeah.
Oh no. He's like Sheriff Bar Brady from South Park.
Yeah.
He's like oh no, he's essentially the deputy from Gravity Falls. Yeah, he's essentially the stereotype of usually the guy who's the main police officer in small town who how does he actually get his job done?
Yeah.
But like I said, Wade's a nice guy.
Doesn't really do much.
Yeah. He does get a little bit more of
For the
importance.
climax.
Yeah, he does get greater importance by the climax, and they do kind of keep him around throughout the franchise, finding unique ways.
Yeah. And then, I guess, go into the actual bad guys.
Well, yeah, with Sonic releasing his Sonic Boom, that got, the attention of the military. And they decided to bring in one unique specialist, Dr. Ivo Eggman Robotnik, played by Jim Carrey.
Mm-hmm.
It's great to have you back, Jim. It's great to have you back. We thought you were gone, but you're back. Oh, my God. Jim Carrey is fantastic in this film.
Yep, although he played Robotnik with hair.
Yes. Which initially I was like, huh? Why are they going with this look? But in the end, seeing how this franchise goes, it actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And Jim Carrey actually perfectly played Robotnik. Because, of course, we all know from the video games, Robotnik is a very silly and over-the-top character.
Mm-hmm.
So you would need a very silly, over-the-top individual to play him.
Yep, getting Jim Carrey off of his serious movie streak.
Yeah, and we feel like he's playing a much more... He's essentially playing like if Ace Ventura and the Riddler morphed into one guy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, instead, while he is, yes, very hilarious, he actually plays Robotnik like a true jerk.
Yeah.
He's like a real asshole.
Yeah, being jerk to the military people.
Yeah, like, I mean...
Being a jerk to Tom.
being a jerk to his associate, Agent Stone.
Yeah.
I mean, he finds so many different ways to essentially give like a cutting remark or jab at someone in just a very intelligent and hilarious way that makes you think, oh, that's funny, but yeah, you're being a jerk about it. Which, that is perfect for Robotnik, because of course he's going to think he's the smartest guy in the room, that everyone is beneath him as far as his intellect, as far as his importance, because he's an egomaniacal individual that has aspirations of wanting to take over the world.
Yeah.
As most super intelligent individuals tend to want to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it makes sense. Plus, also, it's his way to deal with his own insecurities.
Yeah, being an orphan.
Yeah. As, you know, yeah, he didn't know his family. He feels as though he got abandoned by his family.
Yeah.
So, it's him showing his ego and his vulnerability with the way that he acts.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually a very interesting and compelling way to make Robotnik into a three-dimensional character.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, I agree with you on that. He does get what's coming to him at the end. We'll discuss it when we discuss the good.
Yeah.
Of course, let's talk about his henchman, who he basically treats as a henchman.
Well, yeah. I mean, yes, he is the henchman. Well, initially, he's just a guy that's assigned to advise him, but yeah, he ends up becoming the henchman.
Yeah.
Agent Stone, played by Lee Manjoob.
Poor Agent Stone. He's just there to get bullied. Every time.
There to be bullied.
Not being appreciated.
While at the same time, he does come in clutch for Robotnik. And there are times where Robotnik actually is like, thank you, Stone. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Before going back and giving a sarcastic remark.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually like the relationship they have. And it's very unique how much it continues to grow as the films go along. Mm. I think Robotnik truly did need to have a minion.
Yeah.
And I like this version of the minion compared to how we have seen his minions in other interpretations, where he's either just completely cold and callous, menacing towards them, or they're just completely, utterly inept, and it's like, why do you have them? Why do you still have them on your side? Agent Stone actually is competent.
Yeah.
He's actually helpful.
Yep.
And he makes a fantastic latte.
Yep. But let's discuss the other antagonists.
Well, yes. Well, I guess the main military man that is leading this whole thing, Commander Walters, played by Tom Butler.
Yep. Ironically, we get to see him in Smallville when we discuss him this year. He does a guest star.
Of course.
Yep. So in here, he basically is after the Hedgehog, although it sort of ends when Robotnik takes charge.
Yeah. I mean, he basically tells Major Bennington, played by Neil McDonough, hi, Damien Dark,
Yep.
Hi, Dum Dum Dugan. That, nope, wrong,
Yeah.
I'm in charge.
Yep.
And essentially telling them all that they're basic. They mean nothing. They're worthless.
Yep.
This is my job. This is my expertise. I'm gonna get this hedgehog.
Yep. So he had so his character was just who wanted to go find out about the hedgehog, and sadly have to get Robotnik, and then he comes at the end to go give the family a send off.
Olive Garden.
Yep.
Because when you're there, you're family.
Yep. And then of course the sister-in-law.
Yes. Rachel, played by Natasha Rothwell.
Yep.
And also nice nod to her daughter Jojo, played by Melody Nosifo Neiman.
Yep. She's still trying to separate the marriage between.
Yeah, she's trying her hardest to try to convince Maddie to leave Tom.
Yeah.
Even though Tom's a good guy.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you have such disdain for this man. What, is it because he's a small town sheriff? He about to go to San Francisco. He about to make a name for himself. Mm-hmm. Why do you dog this man?
Yeah.
And then you lose your mind when you see a blue hedgehog, which I think a lot of people would, and then you
get tied up.
Yeah. But JoJo actually comes in clutch with her interaction with Sonic as they see how utterly tore up the shoes Sonic has. He's gone through many pairs.
Yep.
JoJo actually gives Sonic his trademark shoes.
Yep.
Such a nice little way to give that nod. Mm-hmm. And kind of actually shows even more of how much this whole family is becoming Sonic's family.
Yep. Of course, let's discuss the good.
Yes. The plot, as basic as it is, it actually is good. It's a buddy road trip adventure.
/ origin story.
Yes, with a bunch of fast-paced action.
Yeah. Like the bar fight, that was one of my favorite. And the fight between Tom and Robotnik in the ship was also great.
Yeah. I'm the Donut Lord.
Yep, Cyclops lays hands on the Riddler.
And Cyclops won.
Yeah.
It's a crazy time we live in, huh?
Yeah.
The acting, fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, Ben Schwartz, fantastic as Sonic.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey, fantastic as Robotnik. Plus, yes, they play off of each other perfectly, Schwartz and Carrey. James Marsden, fantastic, as the main human there to help the CGI talking animal.
Yep.
And actually being a true friend, buddy, and father figure.
Yep.
All the video game references. Mm-hmm. We actually did get to see a very young Sonic running through Green Hill Zone. Mm-hmm. Him going through the loop-de-loops, running before the platform falls. We actually got to see some of that, which was awesome. Mm-hmm. Of course, Sonic, with some of his attacks, he does his spin dash, turning into a ball as he has charged up a lot of his energy and speed and just crash into stuff. When he's having fun in his cave, when he's using his nunchucks. His headband actually has the logo that is the opening main menu from the original video game on the headband.
Of course, the Paramount logo.
Yes, the Paramount logo, but now it has all the rings around the mountain.
Yeah, and that's played for all the movies.
Yes, which fantastic. Plus they find a unique way to utilize the rings.
Yeah.
In the video games, yeah, it's kind of a source of health for Sonic. He collects them. They do add points or give him an extra life, with how many he gets. But usually if he gets hit by something, they scatter, which actually saves him. Mm-hmm. Because if he doesn't have any rings and he gets hit with something, he dies. Mm-hmm. So it was actually cool that they found a way to utilize the rings as a teleportation device that is kind of a nod to how Sonic ends his ends levels in all of his video games. He has to go through a big ring. Mm-hmm. So I actually like how they were able to tie that in. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Of course, with you bringing up the bar fight,
yeah,
we also get to see Sonic at that bar get introduced to his favorite meal, the chili dog.
Yeah.
It's kind of a blink and you miss it thing, but it's awesome that they incorporate that, and it's still an important part of his character as the movies go along.
Yep. The score.
Oh, yes.
From Tom Hulkenberg, who we've discussed in the Deadpool movie, and even he also scored the Zack Snyder cut.
Yeah.
Of Justice League.
And he actually did do a good job with the score. And he found some nice little ways to bring in some of the tracks from the video games that were made by Masato Nakamura. Mm-hmm. So it was a very unique way that he was able to bring some more of Sonic into this movie.
Of course, the cameos, like you mentioned, Neil McDonough.
Yes.
For his one scene only, sadly.
Yeah. Would have been nice to see more of him.
Yeah.
Would have been interesting.
Yeah.
To see how he would react to this whole situation. Yeah. Would have been cool to see him show up in the third one.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen Dum Dum Dugan and Jessica Jones be involved in this.
Yeah.
What, is he busy with something else?
Yeah.
Of course. As a good actor, you tend to be.
Mm-hmm.
We also got a familiar voice playing the U.S. Navy Chief of Staff when they find out about the sonic boom. Mm-hmm. And, they're talking to Commander Walters and whatnot. Gary Chalk. He was the original voice of Robotnik in The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
And I'm pretty sure we'll discuss him with other stuff that he's done, mainly Good Times related. He's done Good Times related. He even did the Ninja Turtles Next Mutation. Yes.
Hey, the man's a true journeyman when it comes to voice acting. He's a good man.
Yeah. He just mostly picks crappy studios.
Which sometimes, as a voice actor, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
If you want work.
Yeah.
Especially since now voice acting is becoming more of a celebrity job.
Yeah.
Give proper voice actors a chance.
Yeah.
Of course, we also did bring up Donna J. Fulks as Longclaw,
Yeah.
which she did a fantastic job. And I was so happy to see him in the post-credits. And I'm so happy he's an important part in the franchise moving forward. Miles Tails Prower, played by Colleen O'Shaughnessy. As she has been the voice for Sonic for some of the video games and for some of the animated shows. And initially, they brought her in just to be, that small bit part.
Yeah.
And a lot of us thought that, she would end up being replaced by someone else, but no. She got to stay. And it was the right pick. It was the right pick. I mean, what was your reaction when you saw Tails?
I was happy since like I said, I knew from the animated series being like the Robin sidekick getting in trouble.
Well,
Mostly.
which is, that is kind of their relationship. But
Yeah.
in the video games, Tails is more of the coming clutch guy. When Sonic needs to get out of a jam, here comes Tails.
Of course, you can mention the soundtrack.
Yes. As, of course, with a movie, you need to have, find ways to bring in other forms of music. We got Boom by X-Ambassadors. The main song, Speed Me Up, done by Wiz Khalifa, Lil Yachty, Lil Bo, Ty Dolla $ign, and Swaco the Child. When Jim Carrey is deciding to do his villain dance, as he's enjoying getting involved in the chase of getting Sonic, he dances to Where Evil Grows by the Poppy Family featuring Terry Jacks, which I love that scene. Who would have thought that would end up growing into being a recurring thing for him? We get to hear Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. Is this the second or third time we've heard this song in a movie since we've done reviews?
And you look back at those. And now Bohemian Rhapsody was one.
Shazam.
Yeah, Shazam, yeah. So, yeah.
My God.
Yeah, just those three.
Hey, it's a fantastic song, and it really gets you pumped.
Wait until Shaun of the Dead, you get to hear the song again.
Of course. Of course. We also got the Green Hill Zone song itself, played on the piano by John Batseat.
Yeah.
He used to be the leader of the band for Stephen Colbert's late night show.
Yeah.
So, cool to see that. Also have to acknowledge we did get to see the Echidna tribe, which I was so excited to see. It was like, oh my God, they're alluding to Knuckles. They're alluding to Knuckles. How are they going to bring in Knuckles?
Yeah.
But, also, at the end of the film, when Robotnik ends up getting stranded in the mushroom world, we start to see the beginning of Robotnik's evolution into Dr. Eggman.
Yeah.
As he decides to shave his head, and his handlebar mustache has grown even bigger.
Yeah.
And disheveled.
Yeah.
But no film is perfect.
Yeah.
So, the bad. Not enough of Sonic's world, which in the end I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. You know, he's gonna be on Earth. All this is gonna happen on Earth. I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, any other things that you could think of as far
not
as
really.
bad?
Not really.
Maybe not all the jokes land.
Yeah.
Maybe not all the jokes, but a lot of them do.
Yeah.
It's starting of a learning process to see how things work.
Yep.
You know. So,
Yeah, but let's see what our previous score was in the previous video version for me. I'm giving it just a 7 out of 10. I thought it was good. It wasn't. It did. I moved this up some. Instead of 7 out of 10, it's now 8 out of 10.
oh,
I thought it was good as an origin story. It's not great as the next 2 movies we'll review, but I give it one step up compared to last time.
well, I guess show mine. Give it an 8.10. You know, an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
I guess it stays the same. Yeah, keeping it at an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a fantastic film, and I'm so happy it succeeded. That we ended up getting a proper franchise out of this. And it's kind of crazy that the two faces that were battling back in the day are now the two truly successful video game movies.
Yep.
Mario and Sonic.
Yep.
They're destined to do this forever.
But before we go, we're not done yet.
No. As we finally get to tackle the sequel, Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Want to roll us out?
Well, sure. Well, thank you all for watching. Definitely come back and watch us again. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, and click the post notification bell so you're updated for all of our upcoming videos. Well, cut, print, that's a wrap.